So guys, it's summertime right now, and in summertime is when you're supposed to get your deer mineral down. There's a million different companies out there. I'd say they have the best mineral in the world. Quite frankly, it's hard to say whether, brand A or B is better. So there are a couple things that I do know, and this is based on 100% research. So I'm going to point out a couple of the myths or misnomers about mineral. So the one really main big topic, the main myth that I want to talk about to you guys is some research that was done, and it's actually been posted by the Quality Deer Management Association. So like I said, we all like to go out there and we have brand A, brand B that we love using. And hang tight for the remainder of the video because I'm going to contradict myself later. But there's all these different brands that have the best mineral and they're going to grow the biggest deer and all these other things. Well, the Quality Deer Management Association has research showing that free-ranging deer actually do not benefit in antler production from deer mineral. Okay, so whatever mineral you're putting down does not help free-ranging deer, and the reasoning behind that is because free-ranging deer are not captive to one area. They're not stuck in one area. They're free-ranging. They go around and they get their minerals and their nutrients through browse all throughout the forest. So they're not limited to one location where they come to mineral every single day. Although it might seem like bucks are coming to a certain location every day, they're also feeding on other natural forbs and grasses, and that's where they get a lot of their minerals and a lot of their nutrients. The crazy thing and the interesting thing really about that study also showed that high fence deer as well as cattle do show benefits from using mineral. So it could be, said that maybe it does benefit the deer, but the reason that it really benefits those deer and cattle is because they're in a closed environment. They are limited. They have limited resources as to where they can go and where they can get their nutrients and all their minerals. So yes, there is absolutely no proof right now to be shown within research that deer mineral does help free-ranging deer, but there is a possibility that it could, especially when it's affecting deer in a high fence location. Like I said, those deer, they need the mineral. They don't have any other option. These deer in high fence operations, they don't have the option to leave and go browse on whatever else there is. And the same thing goes for cattle, and that's why the research shows that there are benefits in closed environments for cattle and, like I said, high fence deer operations when it comes to using mineral. And then obviously those animals are seeing benefits. But if those animals are in a open setting, there's just no way to really track or prove, I guess, that mineral is really making a big difference in their diet and ultimately their antler production, which is why we as hunters like to use it. Maybe we bought into all these myths or gimmicks, I guess you could say, about why brand A is better than brand B, when in reality there's no good research out, nothing hard-hitting that can prove that free-ranging deer are really going to benefit from deer mineral. So like I mentioned to you guys earlier in the video, I'm going to contradict myself. There are two brands that I've always used for mineral, and there are reasons for it. Brand A, I'm going to be completely honest with you, I've gone to Fleet Farm, I've gone to Rural King, I've gone to wherever I can get it to buy trace mineral. And there's a reason why. Because it gets me pictures. It gives me summer inventory. And ultimately, guys, that is why everybody should be using minerals, to get that summer inventory. The research that I've done based off camera surveys shows that most times after about the September 1, September 3, 4, 5, depending on where you are within the country, those deer really don't, one, they definitely don't need the mineral by that point, but two, they're just not as consistently hitting it. So to hunt over it, depending where your season is, especially if it's much later than that, the opener for archery, it's not really a viable resource during hunting season. But with that being said, maybe those bucks come back. A lot of times research has actually shown that bucks who summer your property are likely to come back during the rut. It's a place they're familiar with. If the place that they are in early mid-October, when the rut is just starting, doesn't have any does that are coming in estrus, guess where he's coming? Right back to where he was in the summer, most likely, because he's familiar with that area. So like I said, brand A that I've used for a long time is trace mineral from your local Tractor Supply store or wherever you want to get it. You can get this stuff dirt cheap, and it gets you pictures 100%. So not knowing that there's hard evidence that mineral for sure gets you results, that is always a safe route. With that being said, I've kind of bought into an idea, you know, that a mineral supplier had. And the mineral supplier, I'll be straight up with you guys, he's not paying me a dime to say this, it's horny buckseed. Doug Kostreva is the owner of this company, and I was a guy who was always using trace mineral, and it works fine. And I still, in certain applications, if I don't have any of his mineral, I'll throw it down. But he warned me, and it was hard for me to believe. He warned me that his mineral does different things. I thought, okay, well, they all do, don't they? You know, that's what they tell us. He said, don't be surprised if your deer start throwing stickers and kickers. I said, okay, and I took some, you know. I took his word for it, and I was like, I'll try it. I can't knock it until I try it. Sure enough, the first year I put Doug's mineral down, I always had genetics within my area that were very standard, typical racks. 8-pointers, 10-pointers, nothing crazy. Maybe a crab claw here and there. Not even a split or a kicker, really, ever. Well, I put Doug's mineral out, and I had an immature deer. I would say he was I think he was a 2-year-old that year, and he blew up into a 15-pointer and started throwing points everywhere. Why? I can't say it was for sure the horny buckseed mineral. Booner Max is the name of it, by the way. But I really don't know what else to point that reasoning towards. I mean, it was kind of a very weird coincidence, if anything else. And like I said, I had a couple deer throwing kickers and stickers after that. So there is a special place that Doug gets the probiotics for his mineral that I know, and I don't know how many people really know the answer to that, and I'm not going to spread that. And it was actually a very unique resource in which he gets his probiotics. So with that being said, I used the mineral, I tried it, and I saw the results that he was claiming. So maybe you want to call it a major coincidence. Give it a shot for yourself, maybe, if that's something you're looking for. But regardless, there are a lot of myths and misnomers when it comes to using deer mineral. Does it work? Maybe, maybe not. What I can tell you is there is no guarantee, there is no hard research. But like I said, pretty easy to contradict myself when your bucks start growing 15-point racks. So use a mineral, get good camera surveys throughout the summer, know what bucks are on your property, what bucks might come back, maybe they don't come back. Regardless, get some mineral on the ground this time of year, get some pictures of some bucks, guys.